Just really, really happy for this team to beat a really good George Mason team. I was really concerned coming into this game. I know how good George Mason is, and Coach Blair and her staff, I knew they would be ready to play, which clearly they were in that first half. I thought we didn't put a great first 20 minutes together, kind of out of sync and out of rhythm, but credit George Mason, they were ready to play. I love the regroup that we had at halftime. I love the response. Just really tuned into the things that we talked about at halftime, stopped turning the basketball over, locked in defensively, which helped us kind of widen that gap. And I thought these two were just incredible. Luch just continues to show just both ends of the floor, what she brings to the table for us. And Mir just being ready. That's what, a senior and a captain, and just the leadership, and just was really, really focused, and just I thought was a big X factor for us. Well, I thought, Addie as well. You saw that impact that she was able to make for us, and then, having Sailor and Yarden with their leadership. So a great overall win.
Oluchi, congratulations on another nice game. It seems like in almost every kind of competitive game you guys have played this year, there's been a stretch or a quarter where it hasn't really gone your way, and yet you always seem to end up winning by double digits. Can you just talk about how you guys have kind of tried to stay calm in the face of adversity, and what's kind of helped you guys make these comebacks or end up dominating games that seem like they were going to be cool?
Yeah, I mean, for one, we say it all the time that, it's a game of runs. We're going to get punched, but really what's important is that we punch back after that. And I think, this team has done a phenomenal job responding to adversity, and really what that's taken is just chemistry and all going back with one another, especially at halftime, and just going back to our basics. What aren't we doing that we should be doing? And then right when the third quarter starts, we bring that out and we apply that on the court.
Hi. Also for Oluchi, you guys struggled from three-point line today, but you guys really emphasized going inside, and you were the ringleader of that. Obviously, 23 points from you, all inside the three-point line. Can you just talk about how you were able to just kind of adjust and be able to create space inside rather than beyond the arc?
Yeah, every single player on our team can score in the paint. So I think our shots aren't falling. That's fine. We'll go find it other ways. We'll get it in transition. Taylor did an amazing job with 5 steals and just leading us in transition and being unselfish. So, we're so dynamic. We can score in a variety of ways.
Hi. Also for Oluchi, you talked previously about taking Freese's message of defense personally, focusing on your rebounds and some of your work out there. Can you just talk about how you took that message into today's game?
Yeah, I think, like we were talking about, it's a game of runs. So, sometimes when you get punched, you think, okay, I have to do everything at once, but really it's just one possession at a time. That's what applies to one rebound at a time, one defensive stop at a time. And then that kind of snowball effects and leads you into everything else.
This one's for Mir. Mir, you played 16 minutes today. When your number was called, you stepped up. And what was just kind of your mindset, especially coming out of halftime with the 8 point?
8 points.
8 points. Thank you. What was the mindset for you?
Yeah, I think just coming in, being ready, like you said, when my number was called, trusting my teammates and having them lean on me as well. And my coaches have been pouring into me constantly all week and in previous practices, so just trying to stay focused and get back to the basics, like Luchi said, getting through my defense and then through rebounding. It kind of helped me with scoring, but my teammates also set me up in a really good way.
Hey, Mir. This question's from Mir. MJ Wood can't retire from this. I know you are a DMV product. You went away to school, but let's talk about what went into your decision to come back to the DMV and continue your college career here, knowing you're a captain this year. What does that mean to you?
It means so much. This is my last year, so just going out, being at home as close as I've possibly been my whole college career is just really special. I've known Coach B and her coaching staff for a little minute now, so just being comfortable with being home and ending my season with them is something really special, and having my family in the stands every game is something that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You get packed.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Freeze. You talked a lot about the defensive intensity kind of ramping up. What did you guys do or see coming out of halftime to kind of really ramp that up? Because it looks like you guys were able to force 9 turnovers, looks like in that third quarter. Is there anything you guys noticed, or just more of just the ball just kind of bouncing your way there?
I thought we locked in a little bit more aggressively to just to scout tendencies, just to who they were from a personnel end, as well as in transition, being able to, be able to get back, sprint back, and not allow them to kind of slice the court and be able to get a lot of those threes that we were able to get. So just more intentional, more focused.
Lauren with the 9450. Coach, last year around this time, you guys played George Mason in the Navy Classic, and that was a competitive game, pretty much coming down to the fourth quarter. Today, competitive in the first half. Can you talk about George Mason's program in general and what problems they cause or exploit when competing against them?
Well, it starts with Coach Blair. I mean, she does a phenomenal job when you talk about putting her players in great positions to be successful. You've seen the rebuild that she's been able to do there, and they play hard. Any type of loose ball and rebound, and really talented players. Again, this was a game I did not take lightly. I knew that they would. It's a talented team. They beat Georgetown, and we know it was a game last year for 40 minutes. So they continue to show they're going to be right there in their conference. This will, again, be a really good resume win for us. So excited to be able to get this win.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you touched on it a little bit, but the first half game didn't fully go the way you were hoping. Was there the adjustment at halftime to really tell your team to push more in transition, or did it just happen that way with them creating the turnovers and the opportunities?
Yeah, we stopped turning the ball over, so that helped. But we started our D to O. We were able to get stops on the defensive end. Addie, I think pushes us, at a rate where they have to run with her. So I think that adjustment as well was big. So again, I think they were just more intentional when we were able to get those D to O runouts defensively. Really impacted our offense.
Hey, Coach. Coach, with your squad, George Mason, Georgetown, all crossing paths this season, what kind of impact do you think it has on the local talent pipeline? And also, how does these regional matchups raise the overall standard for women's college basketball?
I think, this is, our fans want to see it. We love it, be able to have these kind of matchups. I know for us to be able to have these games where we always get every team's best shot, which again prepares us for what lies ahead. And I think it's great. You have so many people in this area that want to come out, and it's easy around the Beltway or whatever direction you're going for fans from the opposing team to be able to come in as well. So, and it's great coaching. When you look at the local teams that we've brought in, just a lot of great coaches that I admire that do it the right way.
Hey, Coach, you've talked about the versatility on this roster several times this year. How much of a luxury is it when you guys, quote-unquote, go small and it's Yarden, Sailor, and then today we saw Amir in there at times where defensively you look like it really gives you guys?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a chess match, and every game based off of what you see from a scouting end and in game. Sometimes you can have an idea where you want to go, and then it might have to change. But I think that's what our staff probably does best, is understanding what we need and what's working. And that's why I always share with them, just being ready when your number's called, because every game is going to present differently, and your championship teams that stay ready and all the way through your bench depth are the most important ones. And that's what I love about Mir's response. I shared it in the locker room with the team. She's not felt sorry for herself when she had limited minutes, but she's just stayed the course and stayed humble and hungry, and that's when you see that kind of success.
Hi, Coach. Talking about rebounding, you guys had 18 offensive rebounds compared to their 5. You out-rebounded them on the defensive glass as well. Yarden had 9. Can you just talk about how, when you play small ball, but also are able to grab those rebounds and really get into transition and create second chance points?
It's huge. I think when Yarden and Say really impact us there. So when you can get that kind of rebounding, as well be able to spread the floor with 2 players that can pass and can extend the range out to the 3-point line, I love being able to see it. So it's who we've got to continue to be, and it gives you extra opportunities on the offensive end when you can get those rebounds.
Hey, Coach, I got a Kendall today? I know the stat sheet doesn't really reflect it, but 5 points, five free throws. Just can you just talk about her progression, what you're seeing so far from her, and then as far as the bench, we kind of seen 5 out of the 6 games so far we played, 7 games, excuse me. Seen the bench production go 20, 50 points. Do you have a benchmark in terms of scoring you want from the bench?
And what was that second question?
Do you have a benchmark in terms of what you want in terms of production from the bench?
I'd love as much production as possible so we could, rest some of these players. But again, they show that through their play and game as well as in the practices. I thought, Kendall had some highs and she had some lows. I love the fact that she was able to get herself to the free throw line, and 100% was an area that we talked about in her film session this week that we needed her to be able to get. The 5 turnovers and the 4 fouls is an area that she's got to be able to improve on as a floor general for us. So all areas that she can and will be able to fix, and the more experience she continues to get will be valuable.